Welcome to Relaxed Reddit Readings. Today we have 4 Reddit stories for you. Reddit stories that will make you question everyone's motives. Story 1. My cousin wants her dead grandfather's camera back after I fixed it. So my cousin just tried to steal back a birthday gift she gave me because someone else in the family got jealous. Let me tell you this wild story. A few weeks ago, it was my 24th birthday, and my eldest cousin gave me this vintage film camera that used to belong to our grandfather. She specifically told me she picked me because I'm the only person in our family who's passionate about photography, and she thought Grandpa would have liked that. I was honestly so touched by this gesture. I mean, it felt like she really thought about it, you know. So I took this camera and I treated it with respect. I cleaned the whole thing up, bought film for it, even spent my own money getting one of the lenses repaired because it wasn't working properly. I've already used it several times and posted some photos online. But here's where it gets crazy. Apparently, my other cousin saw my posts and got super upset. She went to our eldest cousin and complained that she should have gotten the camera instead because she's older. Can you believe that? So now my eldest cousin comes to me and says she made a mistake and wants the camera back. She's claiming that since the other cousin is older, she has more right to it. I told her absolutely not. I said a gift is a gift, and I've already put time, effort, and money into this camera. I've used it, I've repaired it, I've made it part of my photography work. But she kept pushing, saying family harmony is more important than my feelings. She even suggested I should be the bigger person and just give it up. The thing is, I know for a fact that my other cousin doesn't even do photography. She just wants it because it's vintage and probably valuable. She's never shown any interest in cameras before, and I doubt she'd even use it. Meanwhile, I'm actually honoring Grandpa's memory by using it for its intended purpose. My eldest cousin is now saying I'm being selfish and causing family drama. She's telling other relatives that I'm refusing to share family heirlooms. But I think she's just trying to avoid conflict with the other cousin and taking the easy way out by pressuring me instead. The worst part is that this has completely changed how I feel about the gift. What was once this beautiful, thoughtful gesture now feels tainted because apparently it wasn't really meant for me after all. It makes me wonder if she ever actually thought I deserved it, or if she's just easily swayed by whoever complains the loudest. I've told her that if she wanted to give it to someone else, she should have done that in the first place instead of going through this whole charade of giving it to me first. Am I really being unreasonable here, or should a birthday gift actually mean something? If you're enjoying these stories, hit that like button and let me know in the comments which story you relate to the most. Story 2. I called animal control on my neighbor's abandoned cat. So I just called animal control on my neighbor's cat, and now I'm wondering if I'm a monster. Here's the situation. My neighbor has this indoor cat that she started letting outside a few months ago, which is totally fine by me. I have no problem with outdoor cats. But here's where it gets heartbreaking. When she first started letting him out, this poor cat would sit at her door and whine non-stop, obviously wanting to come back inside. At first, she'd let him back in occasionally, but now she's completely stopped. This cat is outside 24/7, and she just ignores him completely. I watch this heartbreaking scene play out every single day. When she walks past him, she doesn't even acknowledge he exists. This poor cat will chase after her, clearly hoping she'll let him inside with her, but she just shuts the door in his face. It's like watching someone abandon their child in slow motion. The worst part is during bad weather. We've had some really harsh storms recently, and this cat has nowhere to go. He'll huddle under whatever tiny shelter he can find, getting completely soaked and shivering. Meanwhile, she's inside her warm, dry house, completely ignoring his existence. I've tried talking to her about it, but she just brushes me off. She says he's fine and that cats are supposed to be outside. But this isn't a feral cat that chose outdoor life, this is a house cat that she's essentially abandoned while still technically owning him. The cat has started coming to my yard more and more, probably looking for food and shelter. He's gotten noticeably thinner, and his coat doesn't look as healthy as it used to. I've been so tempted to feed him, but I know that might make the situation more complicated legally. So yesterday, I finally called animal control. I explained the situation, that this appears to be a neglected pet rather than a stray or feral cat. I told them about how he's outside in all weather conditions, how thin he's gotten, and how the owner completely ignores him. Part of me feels terrible because I know this might get my neighbor in trouble, and it could mean the cat gets taken away from the only home he's known. But another part of me thinks that maybe that's exactly what needs to happen. This cat deserves better than being ignored and left to fend for himself. When I see him sitting at her door, crying to be let in, it just breaks my heart. No animal should have to live like that. My other neighbors have mixed opinions. Some think I did the right thing, while others think I should mind my own business. But I keep thinking, if this were a dog left outside in all weather conditions, getting thinner and being ignored, wouldn't everyone agree that's neglect? Should I have minded my own business and let this cat continue suffering? Story 3. My gaming friends want me to delete 100+ hours of progress over a name. So my friends just demanded I delete over 100 hours of video game progress because they don't like my character's name, and I absolutely lost it on them. Let me explain this ridiculous situation. I've been playing this game for months now, and I've put serious time into it. I'm talking over 100 hours of gameplay, building up my character, progressing through storylines, collecting rare items, the whole 9 yards. My character has this name that I picked when I started playing, and honestly, I thought it was pretty clever at the time. Now suddenly, 2 of my friends decide they have a problem with it. They're saying the name is inappropriate or offensive, though I genuinely don't see how. It's not a slur, it's not explicitly sexual, it's just a name that they've apparently decided they don't like. But here's the kicker, they're not just asking me to change it. They're demanding that I either pay $8 to change the name, or completely restart my entire progress from scratch. $8 might not sound like much, but it's the principle of the thing. Why should I have to pay money because they suddenly decided they don't like something that's been fine for months? And the restart option is absolutely insane. They're literally asking me to throw away hundreds of hours of work because of their personal preference about a name. When I refused both options, they started pressuring me harder. They're saying things like I'm being stubborn and unreasonable, that it's just a game and I shouldn't care so much. But that's exactly the point, if it's just a game, then why are they making such a big deal about the name? They're the ones turning this into a massive conflict. The worst part is how they're ganging up on me about it. It's 2 against 1, and they're acting like I'm the crazy one for not wanting to delete months of progress. They keep saying I'm overreacting, but they're the ones who brought this up out of nowhere and are now demanding I take extreme action to fix their problem with it. I finally snapped at them and told them they were being ridiculous and controlling. I said that if they have such a problem with my character name, they don't have to play with me, but I'm not deleting my progress or paying money to change something that doesn't actually hurt anyone. Now they're saying I was too harsh and that I'm prioritizing a video game over our friendship. But aren't they the ones doing exactly that? They're the ones who decided that their dislike of a name is more important than respecting the time and effort I've put into this game. I've worked really hard on this character, and starting over would mean losing not just the time I've invested, but also some limited time items and progress that I can't get back. It would literally be impossible to fully recreate what I'd be giving up. Was I wrong to get angry when my friends are basically trying to control what I do in my own game? Story 4. My toddler sleeps in a dog bed and my mom is losing her mind. So my 19-month-old son has started taking his naps in our dog's bed, and my mom thinks I'm the worst parent in the world. Let me paint you this adorable but apparently controversial picture. A few weeks ago, we bought our dog this really nice bed, but typical dog behavior, he couldn't care less about it. He'll occasionally lay in it for like 5 minutes, but mostly it just sits there unused. Now here's where it gets cute. When my toddler throws a tantrum, which let's be honest happens pretty regularly at 19 months, he has this habit of dramatically throwing himself into the dog bed. At first, he'd just land there, calm down after a few minutes, and then get up once the tantrum was over. But recently, something changed. He started actually falling asleep in there during his meltdowns. I'm talking full-on peaceful naps, curled up in this dog bed like it's the most comfortable place in the world. And honestly, I thought it was adorable. The bed is clean, it's not covered in dog saliva or fur since our dog barely uses it. It's actually probably cleaner than most of the places my toddler usually plays. Plus, if he's comfortable and sleeping peacefully, what's the harm, right? Well, apparently there's a lot of harm according to my mother. She came over the other day and saw him sleeping in the dog bed, and she completely lost her mind. She started going off about how it's unsanitary, how it's degrading to let my child sleep where an animal is supposed to sleep, and how I'm failing as a parent. She said it looks bad and that people will think I don't care about my son's well-being. But here's the thing, my son chose this spot himself. I'm not forcing him to sleep in a dog bed. He finds comfort there during his emotional moments, and honestly, it seems to help him self-soothe. Isn't that exactly what we want toddlers to learn? How to manage their big feelings. My mom keeps saying I should redirect him to his actual bed, but the thing is, when he's mid-tantrum and throws himself in the dog bed, trying to move him just makes everything worse. He gets more upset, the crying intensifies, and the whole situation becomes more stressful for everyone. When I leave him alone in the dog bed, he calms down and falls asleep naturally. The bed itself is perfectly safe, it's the right size, it's soft, it's on the ground so there's no risk of falling. It's probably safer than his regular bed, to be honest. And like I said, it's clean. Our dog is well groomed and healthy, and the bed gets washed regularly. I don't see how this is any different from him napping on the couch or on a blanket on the floor, which he also does sometimes. My mom is acting like I'm letting him sleep in actual dirt or something. She's threatening to call other family members about my terrible parenting choices, and honestly, it's making me second-guess myself. But when I look at my son sleeping peacefully in that bed, looking completely content and comfortable, I just don't see the problem. Am I missing something here, or is my mom overreacting to a perfectly harmless situation? If you enjoyed these stories, drop a comment telling me which one was your favorite. And if you want more relaxed Reddit readings, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed these stories, like, comment and subscribe for more relaxed Reddit readings.